Hey everybody, COVID Kading here with another daily video. I'm coming to you from my garage now because I like to keep switching up the Desk Talk theme to the few places that I can go without being a disease spreader. So I wanted to talk today just to give an update that I think I'm on the mend. My sense of taste is coming back slowly. My sense of smell is still shot. I'm still stuffed up. Jane is actually doing a lot better. She did test positive. Big surprise, right? Amy has not tested positive, which is awesome. But she was having fever and she was having some coughs and her fever broke and she's starting to feel a little bit better, still weak. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I did say at one point that I wanted to address lockdowns and go on about our rights and freedoms again. The lockdown thing, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one for me. I don't really necessarily agree with it, especially as it relates to mental health issues and suicides, of which there have been a lot, and that's awful. It breaks my heart, truth be told. I understand depression on a good day when there is no COVID because I am bipolar. I've had bipolar disorder my whole life, so I've dealt with depression my whole life. When it comes to the lockdowns, aside from my absolute empathy to people affected by it, it also comes down to this. We keep screeching about our elected officials and them placing orders on us like lockdowns. And then what are you going to do to help us out? For example, and this one's close to home, I'm a musician, but it's not my livelihood. It's a hobby. It's a love. I know a lot of people who music is their livelihood. And I really haven't seen much of anything or heard of much of anything, please correct me if you know otherwise, about musicians really being taken care of, if that's their living and their livelihood, by our governments, which I think is criminal. Because, man, music's the universal language. I mean, how many people are pissed off and hurt and upset that they can't go see live music, go to a concert? You know, how many amazing musicians are forced to sit at home and go through things like lockdown and depression and whatever else? It's not right. There should be something done for them just as much as anybody else. But when it comes down to the lockdowns and, you know, the suppression of freedoms and whatever else, you have to realize something, an inconvenient truth. Our governments get money. They generate revenue from two places: taxable revenue and non-taxable revenue. Taxable revenue, that's us, you and me. The non-taxable is from banks. So they get money from us, banks, corporations, the whole deal. So if we're flagrantly violating the public health rules, especially regarding this, and we're going out and mingling and going to huge parties and not giving a damn like life as usual. No, it's not. And then we go into restaurants and clothing stores, liquor stores, wherever else, and we spread COVID. Then there's an outbreak. Then those stores have to be closed down as a matter of public health. Then those stores are no longer generating revenue and tax. So the government has even less money to help us out with when our livelihoods are affected because of COVID. Do you see how this works? It's called a domino effect. So in a lot of cases, we're doing it to ourselves. Because, man, I am seeing every day more and more stories about big parties being broken up and fines being issued. Not to speak ill, but the Old Order Mennonite community don't want to comply, and they've had to have schools and churches shut down. It's just on and on and on. Like, what do you think is going to happen if you keep saying, no, fuck you, I don't want to do what you tell me, I'm not going to wear a mask because my freedoms. You're curtailing your freedoms. Really, whether you realize it or not. In a lot of ways, we're doing it to ourselves. And if you want to talk about rights and freedoms, talk to somebody from North Korea, for example. Oh, wait, you can't. Anywho, a lot of people have been talking about great economic reset as well, and the coincidental timing between major financial collapse and COVID-19 showing up and whatever else. Look, I'm not going to say that much is out of the realm of possibility. I'm really not. However, I am going to quote the great Carl Sagan: extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So, until I am presented with indisputable evidence of some kind of collusion between the world powers, like, you think all the governments of the world can get along on any given day, but now they're all involved in some all-encompassing globalist conspiracy? It's a stretch. To me, it's a stretch. You're going to have to show me something incredibly compelling. That doesn't mean that I don't empathize with everybody who's scared. I don't empathize. That doesn't mean that I don't empathize with people who have a ton of questions, who have mistrust, who are pissed off. I get it. I'm not making any money right now. I'm not allowed to go to my job. I found out that there is a benefit that helps a frontline worker like me, but it's far, far less than what I make at my job. And it's only for the 2 weeks that I'm supposed to isolate. That's it. So we're all in a spot. We're all in a jam. And those are my thoughts for now. So I'm going to keep chiming in. I hope everybody out there is being safe, taking care of each other. More importantly, be good to each other. You know what? We're all going through some stuff right now. Don't be dicks to each other. No matter what you think, no matter what you feel, no matter what your opinion, no matter what you think is going on or isn't going on, don't be an asshole. We need empathy more than anything right now to get through this. Have a great day, please.